Dinosaurs were not alone. They did not rule a silent world. They lived on a planet filled with movement, danger, and competition. A world where land, sea, and sky were dominated by creatures that looked nothing like the animals we know today. Some were larger than buildings, some were faster than anything alive now, some were so strange that even scientists struggle to explain how they survived. If humans had existed during the age of dinosaurs, we would not have been the smartest species. We would not have been the strongest, we would have been prey. This is the forgotten world of Earth, when dinosaurs shared the planet with creatures far more terrifying than we imagine. When people think about the dinosaur age, they imagine a simple picture. A few giant reptiles walking across empty land. That image is wrong. The dinosaur era was one of the most crowded, complex, and dangerous periods in Earth's history. Life existed everywhere, on land, in the oceans, and high above the ground. Dinosaurs were only one part of a massive ecosystem that evolved over millions of years. To understand this world, we must first understand time itself. The age of dinosaurs lasted over 160 million years. It was divided into three major periods: the Triassic, the Jurassic, and the Cretaceous. Each period had different climates, different continents, and different creatures. During the Triassic period, Earth was hot and dry. Life was still recovering from a massive extinction. Small dinosaurs appeared, but they were not dominant yet. In the Jurassic period, the world changed. Forests spread across the land. Oceans filled with life. Dinosaurs grew larger, stronger, and more specialized. By the Cretaceous period, dinosaurs ruled the land, but they were not the only rulers. Some of the most powerful creatures of that time did not walk on land at all. The oceans during the dinosaur age were more dangerous than the land. They were filled with massive predators that hunted without mercy. One of the most feared was the Mosasaurus. This giant marine reptile could grow longer than a city bus. It had powerful jaws, sharp teeth, and a flexible body designed for speed. Nothing in the ocean was safe from it. Even large dinosaurs that ventured into shallow water could be attacked. Another terror of the seas was the Pliosaurus. It had a short neck, an enormous head, and one of the strongest bites ever recorded in the fossil record. Its jaws could crush bones in a single snap. The oceans were also home to ancient sharks, larger and more aggressive than most sharks today. Some species hunted in open water. Others waited in ambush near coastlines. The sea was not a peaceful place. It was a constant struggle to survive, but danger did not only come from below the waves. It came from above. The skies during the dinosaur age were not empty. They belonged to creatures known as pterosaurs. These were flying reptiles, not birds and not dinosaurs. Some pterosaurs were small and agile. Others were enormous. The largest had wingspans wider than a small airplane. They soared across ancient skies, hunting fish, small animals, and young dinosaurs. Their beaks were sharp, their eyesight was powerful, their presence alone could empty entire landscapes. Imagine living in a world where the sky itself was a threat, where shadows moving across the ground meant danger was coming from above. But while giant creatures ruled land, sea, and air, something much smaller was quietly waiting. Something that would outlive them all. Not every creature of the dinosaur age was massive. Some were tiny. Early mammals lived alongside dinosaurs for millions of years. They were small, nocturnal, and constantly hiding. They lived in burrows. They stayed close to the ground. They survived by avoiding attention. Insects flourished during this time. Beetles, ants, and early pollinators spread across the planet. Crocodiles adapted to changing environments and barely changed over millions of years. Turtles developed protective shells that allowed them to survive extreme conditions. These animals did not dominate the world, they endured it, and that made all the difference. Because Earth was heading toward catastrophe. Around 66 million years ago, something unimaginable happened. A massive asteroid struck Earth. The impact was instant and devastating. Firestorms swept across continents. Tsunamis destroyed coastlines, the sky filled with dust and ash. Sunlight disappeared, temperatures dropped, plants died, the food chain collapsed. Dinosaurs, unable to adapt quickly enough, vanished from the planet. The great ocean predators disappeared. The rulers of the sky fell. Entire ecosystems were erased. But not all life ended. The small survived. The adaptable endured. And from the ruins of the dinosaur world, a new age began. Birds, the living descendants of dinosaurs, survived and evolved. Mammals expanded into empty ecosystems. Forests returned. Oceans recovered. Life continued. Every animal alive today exists because dinosaurs disappeared. Humans did not replace them. We inherited a world reshaped by their extinction. When we look at dinosaurs, we often see them as monsters. But they were not alone. They lived among creatures just as dangerous, just as powerful, and sometimes even more terrifying. The dinosaur age was not a peaceful time. It was a brutal, competitive world where survival meant constant adaptation. And if humans had existed back then, we would not have ruled that world. We would have struggled to survive it. So the next time you imagine dinosaurs walking across ancient Earth, remember this. They shared their world with creatures far beyond our imagination. And the planet they lived on was far more dangerous than the one we know today.